What's up guys, it's Rick here. Today we're going to be reacting to some horror stories. This one is called 2 True Deep and Dark Web Horror Stories. So yeah, let's get right into it.
I'm 25 right now. This happened when I was about 15 or 16. One night I was skating on my skateboard. It was about 7 or 8 p.m. It was awfully rainy and muddy, and I had skated in some mud. The mud was all over my shoes, so I decided to clean them off in a puddle. I set my skateboard down and went to a puddle that was on the opposite side of a car, which was weird because no one else was there. I chalked it up to someone just parking there so they could take a smoke out in the woods nearby. As I was washing off my shoes, I heard a sound. The sound of a board being picked up and flipped over. I quickly turned around and saw someone picking up my board and doing something with the wheels. I was freaked out and said, "Hey, what are you doing with my skateboard?" They looked at me and ran off. I was pretty scared, so I grabbed my board and headed home. I decided not to tell my parents, as I thought it wasn't a big deal. Maybe just someone trying to take it, like a petty thief. I brushed it off and ate dinner. A few hours later, I got tired and decided to go to bed. A few hours later, I woke up to the sound of glass shattering. I got up quickly and grabbed my baseball bat. I ran out into the living room and saw the same guy who had done something with my skateboard. But I saw something in his coat pocket. It looked sharp. I screamed, "What the hell are you doing in my house? I can call the police, you know." He said, "Oh, but you don't want to do that. I have a knife." I ran upstairs and grabbed my phone and called the cops. 5 minutes later, they showed up. They arrested the man, and one cop came up to me. "Hey, we found him upstairs waiting for you outside your room. Apparently, you put a tracking device on one of the wheels in your skateboard. He was planning to kill you and sell your organs on the deep web." He went to jail, and I never saw him again. But I still get chills whenever I think of what could have happened to me.
Alright, so I'm guessing that's the first one. You know, I believe it. I've watched some of these before, and some of them seem pretty fake, but this one, I can believe this one, and that's pretty scary, actually. Alright, let's watch the second one.
This happened to me 2 years ago, and I still think about it to this day. One summer, my family and I decided to visit my favorite cousin and her family because we were bored at home. We were so excited to finally see each other after so long. My uncle thought it would be a good idea to take us to the pool to beat the summer heat. We left the house around 5:30 to the community pool. When we got there, there was barely anyone there but us and 2 or 3 other people. So we put our belongings on the pool chair and jumped into the pool. After a few minutes of talking and playing in the pool with my cousin, something caught my eye. As I glanced over, not far from us, there was a scrawny boy with brown hair. He had on swim trunks, and he looked like he was a teenager. I noticed his eyes were red and puffy, and his face looked like he was about to cry. I didn't really think much of it, and tried to forget about him while I was talking to my cousin, who apparently didn't notice. But every time I would glance over at him, I would notice every few minutes he would glance at his watch nervously, which was bulky and black on his skinny wrist. 6:42, 6:51, 7:02, 7:13, 7:18. Around 7:30, when the sun was beginning to set, we decided to go home. Before we left, we took one last glance to see if he was still there, and sure enough he was, in the same position with his eyes fixated on the water below. It seemed like he was alone, and he had been there before we had arrived. Then me and my cousin went home and we forgot all about this strange experience. A few days later, we got the news that a teenage boy had taken his own life by drowning in the community pool. I was extremely shocked, because it reminded me of the same boy I saw days ago at the same pool. One of the neighbors told us that the police reports claimed the night before he was on the dark web. He met a strange man who threatened him to complete a mission before sunset, or else he would find him and kill him and his family. The mission was for him to go to the community pool and kill someone there and bring them the dead body of a young girl. Perplexed and anxious, he decided to sacrifice himself instead. The police couldn't track down the man from the dark web, and I still wonder to this day what would have happened if the boy decided to actually complete the strange man's mission. What if the person he was supposed to kill was me or my cousin?
Alright, so that's that. You know, that one seems a little bit less believable, but who knows, maybe it's true. I'm gonna probably research it a little bit, because I'm sure there'd be something about that on the internet somewhere. But yeah, these stories were actually pretty good and spooky. Shout out to YNC Entertainment for making this video. And if you enjoyed this, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment what I should react to next. See you guys in the next one.